My wife says every husband who watches women's pole vault is lying about one thing. Not because the sport isn't incredible, not because the athletes aren't unbelievably talented, because according to her, no man rewatches the same vault 20 times just for the technique. Ouch. That accusation started the biggest argument we'd had in years. She folded her arms. Every evening, it's the same story. Dinner gets cold, the trash never goes out, but somehow you always have time to watch another pole vault competition. I looked at her and made what was probably the worst decision of my married life. Honey, you don't understand. This next attempt is historic. Wrong answer. Very wrong answer. She grabbed the remote. Historic? You've said that every single night this week. Now, before half the internet declares my wife the winner, hear me out. Yes, the athletes are incredibly beautiful, confident, elegant, explosive, the kind of world-class competitors who instantly command everyone's attention the moment they step onto the runway. But that's only where the story begins, because what keeps millions of people watching isn't just how effortlessly they carry themselves. It's the impossible challenge waiting a few meters ahead. One mistake, everything falls apart. One perfect attempt, your name could live in sports history forever. That's why I couldn't look away. Every competition felt like a movie where nobody knew the ending. Every athlete had a different rhythm, a different strategy, a different gamble. Some attacked the bar with fearless aggression. Others looked almost unbelievably calm, like they'd already seen the future. My wife rolled her eyes. You memorized their run-ups, but somehow forgot our anniversary dinner reservation. In my defense, that reservation could be rebooked. A record-breaking jump? Maybe never again. She wasn't impressed. The funny part? The more competitions I watched, the more I stopped paying attention to who was expected to win. I started looking for something else. The athlete nobody believed in. The one who walked onto the runway smiling when everyone else looked nervous. The one willing to ask for a height that made the entire stadium whisper, "She's taking a huge risk." That's what hooked me. Not certainty, possibility. Every competition asked the same question. What if today becomes unforgettable? And honestly, that's a pretty hard question to ignore. If you're still watching this story instead of agreeing with my wife, go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe if this video gets enough likes, she'll finally admit watching pole vault counts as sports research. No promises though. Things got even stranger. One evening, I noticed my wife wasn't complaining anymore. She was standing behind the couch, completely silent. I didn't dare move. Another athlete prepared for her attempt. The crowd grew quiet. My wife whispered, "Wait, why is everyone holding their breath?" Exactly. That's the moment everything changes. Pole vault isn't just about strength. It's about timing measured in fractions of a second, confidence balanced against fear, trusting years of invisible practice when the pressure couldn't possibly be higher. The runway doesn't care how famous you are. The bar doesn't care how many medals you've won. It only rewards perfection. Suddenly, my wife wasn't looking at her phone anymore. She was asking questions. Why did she change poles? Why did she move her starting mark? Why does this attempt feel different? I smiled. Welcome to the club. That's when the favorite stepped forward. Everyone expected a safe attempt. Instead, she surprised everyone by asking for an even higher bar. The commentators sounded uncertain. The crowd couldn't decide whether she was incredibly brave or completely crazy. One deep breath, one final look down the runway, one explosive sprint. The stadium became so quiet it almost felt unreal. For a split second, nobody blinked. The bar wobbled, the crowd gasped, and before anyone could even process what had happened, the entire stadium erupted. History had just been made. Not because success was guaranteed, because she was willing to risk failure in front of the whole world. That's what stayed with me long after the competition ended. The confidence, the discipline, the courage to chase something that most people would never even attempt. My wife looked over at me. Okay, I get it now. I tried not to smile too much. She pointed towards the garage. Now go be that dedicated when you're fixing the shelves you promised me 6 months ago. Fair enough. So maybe my wife was right about one thing. Pole vault isn't just another sport. It has a strange way of pulling people in. You arrive thinking you'll watch one jump, and somehow 2 hours disappear without you noticing. The real question is, Did I convince my wife that I was fascinated by the sport, or did she quietly become a fan herself? I'll let you decide. And if this video doesn't reach 100 likes, there's a very good chance my wife will replace the sports channel with home renovation shows. And honestly, I don't think I'm winning that argument twice.